Oh shit, here we go again.
What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at how fast per hour we can make money doing some space trucking. Now, I did this on stream. There will be footage from my stream in this video, kind of showcasing where I went and what I did. So we'll be looking at that. But I want to run you through some of the basics on how to do space trucking. So what you'll want is to have a Nara, which I'm sure you've heard of this before. I'm going to go ahead and put this on screen. So you want to have a Nara, okay? And you want to go to data. You want to go to trade routes. Okay, now there's a couple ways of doing this. This way always seems a little dried out to me. But basically using Sol, we'll use Sol because it's already there. And we'll search. You can put the amount of cargo that you have in there, but your max price age, you're going to want this set at 8 hours as early as possible. Always when you're searching for anything, you always want this early as possible. Some of them are 8 hours, some of them are a day. I'm going to do large landing pad because optimally you'll be wanting to use a large ship. Anacondas, Type 8s, Type 9s, cutters. I mean, cutter is pinnacle, right? Pinnacle. You don't have a lot of credits, and you're trying to make credits. A lot of things can be used relatively well. Type 6s, I think those are relatively cheap too. We'll actually go in and look at prices of ships and kind of see. I'll kind of talk you through which one's good, which one's not. So when you're looking for best trade routes, you can put in your nearest star system, whichever system you're in, wherever you're playing, your home star if you don't have one, or just wherever you're at. If you don't want to travel too far, just whatever system you're at, you put it in here. I do 40. 40 is about 2 jumps for me. I don't think 2 jumps is too bad. If you're working with a smaller ship, see what your regular jump range is and get 2 jumps out of it. Put your cargo, large landing pad for me. You want both of these at any. Max station distance, I find 1,000 works really well. Then we want no of the surface stuff. You don't want to land on the surface. Include round trip. Station source power, if that matters to you, you can put that in. If you're trying to do power play, if you get better percentages from someone's power, go ahead and use those. You would put that in there, that would help you. And then you're going to search. Okay, and this is going to give you the best trade routes. The problem that I've been finding with these is that the supply, this is your supply chain this is where you're starting your round trip. And usually the supply on this has been drained, right? Because these are the best. Anybody can just go here and select this and they see the same things, right? So this is good, but this isn't. So this makes that trade route no bueno. But as for me, when I'm just looking at this trip is dead. This is not a good trip because the supplies are out. Same thing with here. Supplies are gone. Supplies are gone. Supplies are gone. Right? You start getting the hint. There are no supplies of silver. You cannot start anywhere and make decent money because all the supplies have been taken. Everyone can see these. Every single person. So what I do is I go to data and commodities, and I check the commodities list. This will give you a breakdown of the average sell price, your average buy price, average profit, the max sale price. So this is the max sale price, and this is the minimum buy price. Okay, and these are max profits. Now, if you can find something at a minimum buy rate, That's big. The problem with that is, so let's look here. We'll go and we'll click on it, and then we'll select prices. Right? We want smallest to largest, right? We start seeing the same problem. Okay? All the supplies are gone at these minimal prices. All of them. So that's usually not too good. So what I do is I go in and I look at your average profit. So I'm looking at average profit, right? And where I can buy those. So you're looking for something like, okay, Nerve Agent. Nerve Agent makes a decent amount, right? Tritium, right? Tritium usually sells for a decent amount, right? So you can click on Tritium. You can check for buy price, right? So this is the lowest. And we can go to view more locations. We're going to click that. We're going to set it to price again. And you're looking for stations, right? Because we're in a large pad. You're looking for stations that have a decent amount of supply and it's a decent amount of money. Okay? So we can see here, this place, Wang City, right? Wang City is selling it for a decent price. Okay. And so we'll go ahead and we'll check this. Boom. We'll go to Wang City. And we'll look for view trade routes in Wang City. Wang City will bring this up. We'll change our minimum price to 1. Okay. And we'll do our normal thing, large, any, right? Distance from the station. Okay. Boom. And we'll search. And this is giving us tritium routes. Okay. So buying from here, this is actually relatively good. So we accidentally found a very good one. But buying from here, and selling here, profit trip, I'm actually about to go do this. So buying from here will net you a 46 million profit from selling 720 tons from Wang City to here. Okay. Normally we're looking for round trips, but this is just a really good trip. But this gives you all the trade routes from this station. So we narrowed it down. We found tritium. We know we can make a decent amount of money with tritium. We found a decent amount of supply with a decent amount of profit. So, but that's a good way to do your trade routes. Is you can use the best trade routes, or you can go in and look at commodities and kind of play with and look at what commodities you think would be good to sell, and then finding those. Without further ado, let's check out this live stream. And I wrote down this right here. If you can see that, that's my a total amount of credits that I already have. Okay, so I wrote that down because here in a second I'm gonna buy this, and we're gonna do what I did offline the other day, where we're gonna go for an hour and we're gonna see how much money I make just running this line.
Quick question. Are you selling them at this station, or are you buying them?
No, I'm buying them. I'm starting right here. So I'm going to be buying these.
What does the galactic average mean, though? Is that like where it's how much it is everywhere else? Because wouldn't it be better to just buy it elsewhere, then sell it here?
No, because time. How long it takes you to jump from that place, the lowest place, to sell it to the higher place. All right, it is 1:44. We're going to see what we look like here in an hour.
One eternity later.
An hour, okay? What do we got? What do we got here? Made 33,406. Well, yeah.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
It's not.
For an hour of work.
It's for an hour. So bounty hunting got me about 20. Right?
1,000?
20 million.
No.
So you made 33 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, not really. So, It's better than bounty hunting, but less fun.
That
Right.
was fucking not an hour.
Like, and there is like long distance trucking that I could do, right? Like dude
But
was
would it
talking
net
about.
you more dollar bills? He
Well,
said,
it
what
would
did he
have to
say?
be-
Take the Neutron Highway and it'll take you 4
to
hours.
take you 4 hours, right? And that's 4 hours there and back, so that's 8 hours. That's a job, right?
And if you're not making billies,
Well, so that's the
Why
thing,
are we
right?
doing
He
it?
said it's 150.
150,000 per ton.
Yeah. So let's do math.
How
Okay.
much do you make off?
How
the
many?
AF
How
wind
many?
farming?
How many? So when you have the little number when it says like 728, is that one? Is each one of those a ton?
Yeah. Each one of those is
So-
a ton. So
okay,
times
so-
720.
It's 109 million. You're spending 8 hours for 109 million.
Yeah. Where right? We can get this. Where's my history?
And don't
at?
get me wrong, with what you were doing,
Okay, so we want this number. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna. That's per hour. So let's times that by 4, right?
yeah, you're netting more doing what you're doing than
Yeah.
spending 4 hours getting
So
to the other spot.
yeah. So I could do this for 4 hours and be closer to the bubble, like closer to my home system, than I would going to Colonia, right? Spending 4 hours and then flying back.
4
Right?
hours is a disgusting amount.
That's a long time. That is a long time. I mean, dude, even doing this, right? Even doing this for 2 hours, right?
You're at 66 million.
You're at 66 million. I mean, it's not bad. Right? Per hour doesn't seem as good.
But
Right?
you're also not optimally doing it.
And I'm not. I can probably let's even round up and say it would be 35 if I had my little Super Cruise trick down, right? I was able to get a couple more runs in, right? Maybe 40 mil, right? At optimal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 160 million in 4 hours.
Yeah. That just seems better. And here's the thing, right? My live stream is kind of showing the minimum amount that you can make in an hour, right? We already saw that the tritium route I found earlier is already significantly more money than what I just did on live, right? So I like to take the minimal amount that you can make kind of comparison compared to bounty hunting is just way better. You're going to be making a lot of money. Now, combat's just a lot more fun. That's what it comes down to. And I do these per hour. So if you do want to go do something else, feel free to. You made a lot of money per hour. That's kind of how I look at these things and break them down, because if you only want to grind out money for an hour and then go do something fun, go do power play or bounty hunting. I like to pirate stuff. I take missions and do pirating. That's what you can do. You can go do that, and you know that you made a little bit of money.
A few minutes later.
So we're gonna look at a couple ships that are good for space trucking. If you're just starting out, your biggest jump is going to be your Cobra Mark III. You get a lot more space for cargo racks. It's kind of your big jump. You could choose one of these compared to the Sidewinder if you want to. Or maybe do a hauler instead of the adder. Kind of just upgrade a little from there. But your Type 6 is relatively cheap. After you get some money, you can haul a lot of cargo in it. Your Type 7, honestly, you might be better off in your Type 6 until you get enough money for a Type 7. Type 8, I've never used a Type 8, but it looks damn good. But at this point, I mean, you're gonna be looking at a lot of different things anyways. You also can use, where is she? Python. Python is a very good ship, and it's a multifunctional ship. I think my biggest advice for anyone kind of getting into space trucking is to get a Python, just because if you want to go do something else, the Python can do anything. It's a damn good pirate ship. It's a really good combat ship. You know, it's a really good hauler. You can do passenger missions in it because it's a medium ship. And you can do Rabigo. It's just a very, very good ship. It's a fucking workhorse. And it wants to be put to work. It yearns for the mines. Type 9, I mean, if you put your big boy pants on, I mean, you know, Anaconda's a really good hauler. And you also have your cutter, which they don't even show at the station. But those some of the ships that you would kind of want to look at. But that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something. I hope you can use the tools given to you to find your own trade routes and make money. That's it for me. You guys have a good rest of your day. Fly safe.
Oh shit, here we go again.